Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So in this video, we will continue looking at advanced spreadsheet functions. And if you check out the previous videos, I've completed all of these lessons so far. So we're now looking at lesson 10 using the date functions. So what we have here is some dates. And if you look carefully, one is my birthday. So maybe you can guess which one it is. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a day function initially to extract a day, and then we're going to use the text function to output the day in a particular way. So it's going to be shown as 3Ds, and you'll see how that will be displayed in a moment. We'll also be using the month and year functions, and then we're going to be doing this section in a moment. So let's start off with the day function. So what does the day function do? So let's type in equals day. Returns the day of the month a number from 1 to 31. So if I double click on here, the serial number is going to be from this date here. So what we should see outputted is 20. And then if I drag it down, we're just taking out the day. Okay. Now here we want to display this as text. Okay, so if I type in here equals text, so converts the value to a specific, converts the value to text in a specific number format. So if I click on text and then click on this value here, so what we want to do is format this into day. So if I put in DD, it's just going to return the number as we've got here. If I include an extra D, so if you look at the little comment, that should display the actual day. So that's today's date, 20th of November 2023, and today is Monday. If I include an extra D, it should say Monday in full. So it's up to you guys how you want to display this. If you want to display it in 3 letters or in full, you can include an extra D. Let's drag this down. Okay. Let's come to the month now. So we want to use a month function. So we're going to be extracting these middle values. Let's change up some of these dates just to make it a little bit interesting. Okay, another, actually not 84, 76. Let's change. Okay. Right, so to extract a month, again, it's the same thing, equals month, returns the month a number from 1 for January to 12 December. And let's click on this date here, and we should see 11. Okay. And we see 3 Novembers, and then we've got 1 July, 1 March, and 1 August. So again, let's display this month in a particular format using the text function. So equals text. Okay, we want to click on this date here, comma, and the format. If I type in 2 M's, let's see what happens, close the bracket. It just returns the number format here. But if I include an extra M, I'm hoping it's going to show me NOV for November. And if I include an extra M, it should show me November in full. Yeah, that's what we have. Okay, great. And finally, let's do the year. So equals year. Returns the year of a date, an integer in a range of 1900 to 9999. So again, we can just click on here and we should expect to see 2023. Yeah. Drag that down. Okay. So now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to extract the date from here, this code. So the date is going to be from here. So 08/10/2023. Okay, so to extract the date, I'm going to use the date function. So if I type in here date, returns the number that represents the date in Microsoft Excel date time code. So let's type in date. So the first thing that we need to extract is going to be the year. So we have to use a mid function now. So if I type in mid, okay, so we want to start from this number here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to click on this text, start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4 characters in. So that should be the year. The month is going to be, again, another mid. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. So click on this text. And then a day is going to be another mid. Click on this text here, comma. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 2. Close a bracket and close a bracket for the date function. And that displays the date. Okay, so if I was to change any of these values, so let's change this to, you can see it changes accordingly. Okay, so if you didn't guess my birthday, I'll just write it in here so you can see for future reference. There we go. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to format the date. So this date here, so it's going to be displayed as this. So what we have is the actual date, so 24. Then we're going to have the day, and then the month, and then a year. So what we're going to do is equals text, and I'm going to click on this cell here, and I want to format it in this format here. So we've got 2 characters for day, and also we can have a look at this. Okay, and then we want the day in full. Okay, so 4 Ds. Okay, and then we want the month, but only in 3 letters, so we can just type in 3 M's, and then the year only in 2 letters, characters, so 2 Y's. Close the speech marks, close the brackets, job done. Let's say, for example, I wanted to put the date in capitals. Let's see if that works. So we can do it uppercase. No, I think it doesn't work. Let's just leave it as it is. Let me change that to... No, we'll just leave it as it is. So we're basically displaying this data in this format here. So let's just leave it as lowercase. So we're looking at this cell here. We're going to return the actual date, 24, then the day, then a month, and then a year. Okay. Now what we want to do is format today's date in this particular format, and we're going to include hours and minutes as well. So we can use the now function, so equal now, returns the current date and time formatted as a date and time. Close the bracket. And that's the current date and time, or date anyway. So what we can do is I can put this into text. Okay. And then comma, and then we can now do the formatting. So in speech marks, we can have, we want the actual date, such Bunty, and then we want today in 3 letters. So I'm just looking at this format here. So in the exam papers, if you are doing this, you'll be given a particular format. The month is going to be 3 letters. The year is going to be 4 characters. Okay, then we got hours, colon, minutes, and then let's close the speech marks, close the brackets, press enter. So there we go. So it's 20th of November, but we've got the Monday as well before that. Okay. If I was to include an extra D, it becomes Monday. If I include an extra M, it becomes November now. Okay. And if I was to take away a couple of Y's from the year, oops, you can see it appears in 2 values. Okay, so it's up to you guys. You can play around with these settings and see what you can come up with. So that's the date and the date functions. I think in the next video we're going to be looking at time functions in a little bit more detail. Just before we finish off with this video, what we're going to be doing is using a subtotal function. Okay, so if I type in here equals subtotal, okay, and then we can select from one of these options here. So if I want to work out the average month, so I'm going to select average. Okay, comma, and then I'm going to highlight these values here, close the brackets, and that gives me the average from these values here. Let's count the dates. So again, equals subtotal. We're going to use count. I think, yeah, let's do count. Do count A, comma. That basically counts anything, and let's count the dates. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we can sum the days as well. So I'll do this last example with you guys, and I'll leave you to it. So we want to sum, comma, these days. So we're going to add up all of these days together, and we have 129 days. Okay. So just to recap, just before we end, we've used the day function to extract the day from this date. Then we've displayed it in this particular format using a text function. So you can click on the cell where you want to extract the day from, and then you can display it in a different way. So we can have all 4Ds to display in full. Like you can see here, you can take 1D out and so on. Right, guys, I hope this video has been useful and is helpful towards your studies. Please drop your comments below. Please like and share. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next video. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.